Hey everybody, I'm Josh from MotoTribe. We're here at the Aprilia Day hosted at Red Star Raceway. We've got 3 laps with the Aprilia Tuono 1100 V4 Factory. It's a bit of a speed date and let's see how we got on with that. So we're doing things a little bit differently this time around. Instead of having a bike for about a week and learning all about the ins and outs, Mr. Greg DePries will be joining me and we'll do a little bit of a debrief of how we found the Aprilia on track. How's it, Greg?
How's it, Josh?
Lekker, man.
Welcome. Cool, so you had a quick 3 laps
Yes.
at Red Star.
Yes.
In anti-clock.
In anti-clock, important to note, yes.
Important to note. You were obviously on the Pirelli Supercorsa SP tyres.
Yes, important to note, they were ready for a track action, so they had the Pirellis fitted as you mentioned, and the bike that we tested was in the standard sports mode. Didn't fiddle around with too many other things, just got on and went.
Okay, so I know before that you were able to quickly take out the 2020 RSV4 1100 Factory.
Yes.
Just for a quick warm-up lap to getting yourself familiarized with everything there. How can you compare the 1100 Factory to the Tuono, the RSV4 compared to the Tuono? What would you say are the differences there? So, ergonomically wise, I think let's start there.
Yeah, ergonomically, I mean, there's obviously the difference that it's got a flatter, wider bar, so your leverage feels a little bit different. You feel a bit more upright, and for me personally, I like the feeling that I have on the Tuono. I feel a lot more sort of connected to it, whereas RSV4 is you committed from the get-go. And we did have a video where we went on the roads with the RSV4 and I said I really enjoyed it as a road bike. Obviously before I tried the Tuono out, and after trying the Tuono out, even on the track, I really, for me personally, like the way that it fits and the way that it feels. The RSV4, you still have to respect it. It's 217 brake horsepower. It's a big, scary, fire-breathing bike, and especially on the track, you have to pay that little bit more attention. So on a whole, of the two, I like the Tuono more.
So you said the Tuono is a bit more friendlier in its approach?
Friendly might be a word to use because like from the first time you let the clutch out, it feels like it bites in the right spot. The way that you sit on it, it feels sort of friendly, but it's still, what, 175 horsepower, so respect it.
I gotcha. Obviously on the track, handling and suspension, you become super aware of those things. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more important than it would be on the road. On the road, you know, you're watching for traffic and all kinds of things. You don't have a lot of time to think about that as much. But another place that I really think the Tuono shines is its handling. The bars give you leverage, which is cool. I mean, I know if you are a hardcore racer, you want clip-on so that you can sort of lean over and do your thing a bit more. But for me, as more of a novice, I mean, I'm not Marc Marquez, so to me, having that leverage every time you go into a corner, it helps me. It gives me that little bit more confidence to find the line. And something that was cool about the Tuono, I felt, is every single time I came out of a corner, going to exit, and I feel like, I might be running a little bit wide. Because you can, counter steer a little bit more, lean into it a little bit more, and it gives you that confidence that it's going to have your back.
The bar still keeps it flickable?
That is what's so amazing about it, is it's not nervous. So there's a section on the track where you change direction. So you go from left to right to left again. And it feels almost telepathic. So as you're going left, you maintain, turn right, turn left. It's there every single time where you want it to be. It's incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. How did you find the brakes?
So that's the cool thing about Red Star, is it gives you such a mix of everything. So there is a back straight that you come down, you're like about 5th gear, and as you go down the gears, you brake, you use that quick shifter, so it's got the auto blip function on the way down. And that coupled with the engine braking it creates this, I don't know if it's false confidence, but it gave me a lot of confidence, that every single time after the first lap, the second lap around, I come to the same point and I sort of look at the brake markers and I try that a little bit later. So I say, all right, cool, instead of at 100 or 50 or whatever, give that a little bit more, hard on the brakes, down the gearbox, use engine brake, everything, and into the corner. And every single time it caught me. Every single time it was like, cool, I got you.
Don't worry, I'll hold your hand through this.
The brakes are there, don't stress about it. They are so good. It doesn't feel like biting intrusive, like, it lifts the rear up or anything. It feels so good and planted.
That's awesome. So obviously the bike was in sports mode.
Yes.
Which means the engine brake did help you quite a bit as well.
Yes.
Quick shifter was great. It's there when you needed it. Tell me a little bit about the throttle response on sports mode.
It's really good. So on the RSV4 that I took out earlier, I had that in sports mode and it felt a little bit lazier, obviously because it is weirdly the lowest setting you can have the RSV4 in. On the Tuono, there was a moment where I was in the middle of a corner and I opened up just a little bit too early, and all the bike does is it just kind of warns you and says, hey, you know, this is not the time for that now. Pick it up and then open up. And so while it is immediate and responsive, it's not like Twitchy, like you open it up and everything goes out of shape.
Yeah.
It feels really good, and the fueling feels really good.
So obviously for a more experienced rider, sports mode would feel slightly more intrusive, I assume then.
I think so. I think it'll actually hold you back quite a bit. So there is a user mode, and I think there's a track mode that you can also go in, and you can fine tune every single thing you want, and then you can really start chasing those lap times. But all we were really doing is trying to figure out how this feels once the pace picks up. So if you are riding on the roads and you're riding a little bit more aggressively, this is what you have. This is what you can expect.
Obviously, because of Tuono, it's got touring mode as well.
It does have touring mode. So it's kind of a weird one for me. Is touring mode, I'd assume, is a bit more like on your everyday, you know, you're going out for a Sunday ride. You don't want to ride like your pants are on fire, but you still want that little bit of immediacy, but the throttle just that little bit turned down.
Yeah.
The only drawback that I'd see in terms of a touring mode is like, it's a Tuono. Like you want that immediacy. It's like a rain mode on it would just feel weird.
Yeah,
I think.
you just want to go, keep going. These are 2021 models. That means they are Euro 5 compliant. Talk to me about the exhaust note.
Yeah, so we got kind of spoiled with the 2020 RSV4 that comes with the factory fitted acro, which sounds so good. Everybody that rocked up on the day, you just blip the throttle a little bit and everyone gathers around. It's like, oh, it sounds so cool. The Tuono, yes, it is muted. It doesn't have that acro from the factory like the RSV4 has, which for a factory bike, come on, feels like a misstep.
Right, yeah.
Yes, it is more muted, you can tell. However, once you do start cracking on and you open up the engine a little bit, then it does. It comes alive quite a bit, and it's good. It's a good noise.
Obviously, this is a V4, Aprilia V4. I don't really want to say much more about it. It's incredible. They're awesome.
If you know a little bit about the V4s, you don't have to know a lot. You just need to know that it's got a low down burble like a muscle car, and then it just starts getting screamy and screamier, creamier and screamier the higher you get into the rev range.
Pros and cons. The Tuono has what they would consider more wind protection. How was the wind protection on the bike?
Well, yes, yeah, that's an interesting thing about the Tuono is it's not a naked. A lot of people give a crap because it's not a actual naked. It's got like a bit of a bikini fairy of sorts. It's not super effective. Once you start getting, you really start getting on it, and I had a little bit of a crosswind as well. It wasn't great. As far as I know, there is a sort of non-factory version that comes with a screen that's a little bit taller and a bit more ready for it.
Probably give you a bit more aerodynamics.
It might push the air up a little bit higher, so that might be something to investigate if that is something that bugs you.
We've learned with the Aprilias, finding neutral is a bit of a tough one. How is it on the Tuono 2021?
I've actually seen so many memes on different groups about people having an easier time finding Bigfoot than they do finding neutral on an Aprilia.
I saw a lot of the guys come off the track and it was like,
First second.
just turn the bike off.
So many times. I've been told by some people the trick is when you're in second gear and you're rolling in, from second, just give it a light tap down, pop it in neutral, and then go. This is while the engine's running.
Yeah.
After that, if it comes to a standstill, good luck.
Great. Joshua, final verdict. Would you go on a longer date with the Tuono?
A second date with the Tuono. I'd love a second date with the Tuono, hey. This was literally just a fact-finding mission to see, how does it feel? How does it get the juices flowing? And I really, really do think that, if we could have more time with it, I think you'll just end up falling more and more in love with it, and you'd have a tough time convincing the wife to part with more money to buy a 2021 Tuono, because I think it is really, really worth the money.
There you go. All of that just from 3 laps. I'm Greg, that's Josh. We're from MotoTribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll chat to you again soon.